welcome Adam Keller to the Millionaire by Morning Show. Adam Keller is a successful entrepreneur and business owner. He started his party rental company at 22 years old and through hard work and dedication, grew it into a thriving business. In addition to his party rental company, he has expanded into other ventures, including Airbnb and the wedding venue. With the aim of sharing his expertise and knowledge, Adam started a YouTube channel focused on teaching people about the key principles of starting a successful party rental company. He also created a TikTok account to provide real and actionable ideas for side hustles and businesses in response to the plethora of bad advice he saw being shared online. To further assist aspiring entrepreneurs, Adam has created a comprehensive course on how to start a successful party rental company. So tune in. This is a very important interview with a serial entrepreneur that knows what he's talking about. Welcome to the show, Adam.
Thanks for having me on, Rashad.
Oh, man, not a problem, man. I'd like to get right into it. Can we talk a little bit about your background? I guess starting at 22 years old and how you got into being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so I was going to school for business management, thinking one day I'm going to open a business, and it was going to be a bar. I always wanted to own a bar. Well, anyways, second year, I get a roommate who worked for a party rental company that had multiple stores in multiple cities. So they had a store in our city, Buffalo, New York, where I went to college. So he was working for them on the weekends, and I would occasionally go as well. But that was just me showing up, being told what to do, whatever. I parlayed that, the reference from the owner to my summer job between college years to a local party rental company. And that's when I saw the invoices, and I'm like, are you serious? This is how much people are paying for a tent, tables, and chairs? I could do this. And I just kind of remembered that. Now, fast forward, I have dropped business management because I hate math. I was in accounting and business calc, and calculus is one thing. Business calc is just, you have a paragraph of company A does this and da 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 da, and you got to figure out the numbers you need to do and then do calculus. So I dropped accounting, but I couldn't drop business calc. So at the end of the year, I got this giant test that's just like 10 sheets of paper with 10 questions, 2 sheets of paper to show your work. I just memorized jokes, math jokes. Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Just a whole bunch. I memorized 10 math jokes, and then at the end, I just told her the situation, and I'm like, "Hey, well, can I get a C?" So she passed me because I made her laugh or whatever.
Right.
Because I had a taxi driver talking to him for half an hour on my drive, and I'm just telling him, like, I hate these classes, and he's like, "Do you really need a business degree to open a business?"
Yeah.
I'm sitting there thinking, like, no, I don't think you do. Come to find out years later, like, you don't. Obviously, a business degree is more for like becoming a manager or something.
Right.
So I'm 2 weeks out of graduating. I'm like, what am I going to do? Obviously, I'm probably just going to get a office job in a cubicle, because I ended up just getting a history degree, or I'm going to become a history teacher, and I don't want to do that. I don't like kids, even though I was like a young, considered young still. So I maxed out credit cards and bought 3 tents. And that summer, I used my mom's garage and her SUV to go deliver tents. And wasn't really expecting it to be like a business. It was just extra money. But people kept asking for more, like, hey, next year, do you do tables and chairs? Next year, can you do a wedding? And I just said, yeah. And then over the winter, I worked 80 hours a week at gas stations and cleaning hotel rooms to buy more stuff so that I could accomplish what I said yes to for the following summer. And then that just kept happening till one day you kind of look at the bank account and you're like, oh, damn, I'm done. I don't have to worry about money again. Which, back then's a lot of money's different now. I won't wake up this morning and be like, see that same amount and be like, oh, I don't have to worry about money ever again. But that was it. I just kept reinvesting and stuff. And my friends were like, "Oh, you work so hard. Go back, or, go out, go have fun, this or that." And in my head, I was just kind of thinking, like, one day you'll see, you'll see. And
Definitely.
that's about it.
That's awesome, man. It kind of I like the stories to where it kind of plays out. It it plays itself out. It's not that you just really went and tried to put your all into it. It's just that you seen an idea, went with an idea, and it grew organically. I think that's awesome. And then, you can continue to grow it, of course, if you want to add staff and marketing and warehouses, start a little small business and, grow it into whatever it's going to be. However, as much as you can take.
Yeah, as much that's the key thing you just said, as much as you can take, because there's a lot of people who may start, in my case, a party rental business or a roof cleaning business or a roof building business, like, but they start getting afraid at some point, like, oh, this is too much, and they don't take those next steps, like you said, hiring staff, maybe getting a warehouse, things like that. But it can still be something that they're making money at, but a lot of people won't take things the next level because there's fear.
Yep. Fear and stress. Fear
Yeah.
and stress. So let me ask you this. You're in New York.
Yeah.
So, and the nickname, the tent guy, that's the Instagram, Adam Keller, the tent guy. I forgot to mention that at the beginning.
That's all right. YouTube and the Instagram are the same.
Okay. All right. So you do tents. So I would think that in the wintertime in New York, there's not a lot of outside activity. I don't really know. Maybe there is.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But how do you supplement that income in the wintertime?
I don't. I save. So most party rental companies up in the Northeast or other cold parts, you kind of just got to save. But there is still events. Pre-COVID, it was a lot better. It's starting to get better. Colleges are on opposite schedules than us. The colleges aren't open in the summer. So I was doing a few $1,000s a week pre-COVID, dropping stuff off to colleges all over the place.
Right.
And everyone asks me what I'm dropping stuff off for. What are they having? I have no idea. I don't ask. Do they pay me? Yes. So I don't know what the events are or what they're doing. I know one of them is like a job kind of fair, like, they
Oh
set up
yeah.
60 tables and so pre-COVID, that was happening a lot. That's just starting to come back. Like this week, I got several $1,000s of stuff I'm delivering to a college on multiple different days. So there's that. If you can hook up with colleges, if you're a smaller rental company, that's probably not happening. But the larger you get, the more opportunities open up. And we also do dishes and glassware and flatware. So some people get or are having events in non-traditional venues that don't have that stuff. So you may like rent. We have a historic theater where they throw plays around us and they allow weddings and other events to happen on stage. So when that happens, they need tables and chairs, and they also need dinnerware and glassware and stuff like that. So there is money in the winter, but it's not so much when you're small.
Right. Right. That's I'm in Texas, so that would be comparable to like a landscaping company,
Right.
Especially a smaller one. It's good in the winter and the spring, but then everything is dead. Even though we don't really have winters.
Right.
But
There's some warmer states. I talked to owners in some warmer states where it's completely opposite. No one just does anything at all in the summer because it's too hot.
right.
So their season, even though it would sound crazy to me because where I'm from, they're putting up tents in the winter because
Right.
it's
Right. That would be
warm.
us. That
Yeah.
would definitely be us. So what about marketing? How do you get yourself out there, get your name out there? I know you do YouTube and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, but let's say before digital marketing, can you start there and then work?
Yeah. So YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram is just my own personal thing. It has nothing to do with my party rental company.
Okay.
But party rental companies are a service. So we're going to look at this from service-based, not product-based. And so what I'm saying is not just going to go for party rental companies. You could be a plumber, contractor, anything that's service-based.
Right.
Service-based is entirely search-based. If someone needs a tent, a billboard on a, down the road, or a radio ad is not going to convince someone to have a party that wasn't planning on having a party. If they need a tent, they are going to search Google for it. If your plumbing breaks or you want to do an addition to your house, you're going to search Google for it.
Right.
So service-based things are all based on search. So that's where people should be spending their money on marketing, because that's the most effective. Doing a radio ad, I've done all these, a radio ad, a billboard, things like that, does not really add that much value to a service-based business. People search, you want to make sure you're up at top so that you're there to answer the call when it happens. So I'd say about 90% of your money that you decide is going to be on marketing goes to Google AdWords. And then I'd say the other 10% just goes to occasional Facebook and Instagram, just to kind of keep your name out there.
Right. Branding aspect.
Yeah. And a few times a year, like everyone gets engaged around February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So like a party rental company might want to do an ad a week before and a week after on Facebook. And then October, November, December is when people who are engaged are kind of planning for the next summer's wedding. So you kind of do one around then too. But in general, like it's a lot of networking. So as you get bigger and you have more stuff, you gotta hook up with these other event professionals. Okay. So you're gonna call caterers, event planners, venues. I stop in with coffee. And if I can't stop in and not there, I try to like make an appointment and stop in. Like anytime there's a new venue opening, you like go in. And once you're in with these places, you're just like never ending work, really. But it does take a while. Like you can't just make a phone call and expect that next week you're getting orders. You network for not immediate results. You network for 6 months to years down the line. Like my biggest caterer who works with me, we make 100,000 from him every year. I called several times in the beginning. There didn't seem to be much response. So I emailed once a month, just say, I exist, basically. What do you need? And it took 1 or 2 years before he called. And he called because the other rental company he was using really messed stuff up and had a path, was kind of messing stuff up here and there. Right. So we came in, saved the day, and then that was it. We just kept getting used. But he would have even known to call me unless I put in a year and a half of constant reminders I exist.
Definitely. That's relationship building and networking would definitely that's a long-term game. It's a marathon and not a sprint. So
yeah, I'm gonna take that. Thank you. That's a better way to say it than I did.
I get it, man. I'm in the marketing industry, and things change, but people don't somewhat. They do need the services. And I'm glad you made the differentiation between service industry and product industry, especially when it comes to putting yourself out there as far as Google is concerned. And the difference between search and kind of if you have a product, Facebook and Instagram and all of that is all good. But
yeah, product is entirely different. Product, you need to show people it exists and like put it in front of their face, because they're not knowing to search for it. Restaurants and bars are kind of like in between. Like you need to, as a restaurant, it's a good idea to do billboards and radio ads too, to get people to come in, because you need to be in front of their face and say, hey, come. Oh, I never heard of that restaurant. Let me go there. But like what I do, it's a lot of market or search. You're a little different because you also gotta like see an opportunity with someone and be like, hey, this is how I can help you here.
Right. And then I kind of got to go fishing.
Yeah.
Once I find a need or what they're biting on, that's when I know, what's suited. So the book, 101 Real World Side Hustles. Did I say that correct?
Yep.
Okay, man, tell us a little bit about the book. I looked at your video based on the book and the research that goes into it and the amount of information that it has on each side hustle is very intriguing. Like, yeah, that's it. So tell us a little bit about that and the work that it put to.
Well, so the background is I joined TikTok. I was resistant because TikTok's just a bunch of booby bouncing and people dancing.
Yeah.
So I joined it to see if there was any like ideas of side hustles or businesses because I like seeing all these things. I like training my brain to see opportunities. And so I joined and I see a lot of stuff that's just like drop shipping or pay me $7 and I'll teach you this and like a bunch of just crazy side hustle things. Take surveys. Come on. No one's going to get rich off of taking surveys. So I was getting fed up with it. So I was like, I know a lot. I've started side hustles that turn into businesses. I know a lot of people that do businesses that started this way. I know the name's real world side hustles, but it's really just like a business idea thing. So I just started pointing a camera at my dumb face and not doing anything, like no tags, no fancy stuff. Now I got like a fancy background. I was just saying what I know. And it accidentally got big. It's like 90,000 people right now. And I don't listen to all those TikTok people saying, you got to do this, you got to do that, blah, blah, blah. Literally just point a camera at my face and say what I know.
Right.
So from that, I was like, okay, let me gather all these up in a book. However, when I told TikTok that my book was coming out, I said, don't buy I'm just telling you I wrote a book. I'm like, don't buy the book because there's 50 of these already a video on my TikTok, and the other 50 are probably going to become videos too. These are for people who like aren't on TikTok. They go to Amazon and whatever. So like there's 101 things in here. So it's hard to get too much detail, but what it does is it tells you what it is, qualifications needed, startup cost, hitting cost, potential earnings, time involved, your customer, scalability, other ways you can make money, website required, which I probably should have taken that one out because website required is almost like every business. Different advertising and marketing, equipment needed, keys to success, and conclusion. And then because, I can't, some of these side hustles could be a whole book. Because I can't get into that, this is just to give you the initial idea that you never thought of. I give additional resources, whether it's books or other YouTube channels or other places to go learn more about that particular one thing.
Oh man. That's so if I was to put that into a old tale, it would say you're leading the horse to the water and it's on them to drink.
Yeah. I mean, some of these I'm going to expand into a full book, but yeah, there's no way. If every one of them gave you all the info, the book would be like this big.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. And I guess right now in the marketing realm, everything is kind of short to the point, just like TikTok. So, it's pretty cool that you have a book like that, man. And from everything that you put inside of it, they can just anyone right now. I really appreciate the time that we're in because there's so many side hustles out here. There's so much that people can do.
There is, and a lot of people don't I get surprised at ways people are making money almost every day.
Right. Yeah. You go down a rabbit hole on TikTok and YouTube, with with something as simple as going to the dollar store and reselling the stuff that's on sale inside the dollar store.
Yeah, that's crazy. The other I bought a pool table the other day and I didn't realize this side hustle existed. So like, pool tables are like hard to get rid of first if you got to move.
Yeah.
And you got a real pool table with the slate and stuff. It's hard to get rid of. You don't want to bring it with you because you literally have to take them apart. And they're hard to sell because most people, they don't know how to put that back together because there's no way you can get out that in one piece. So these guys I bought the pool table from off of Facebook Marketplace, they bring it to you and put it back together and refelt it. So what they do is they go on Facebook Marketplace themselves and buy these tables that people are trying to get rid of for cheap, low hundreds, sometimes even free because people just need them gone.
Yeah.
And they take them apart, store them, and then list it for resale on Facebook. So instead of, I could have bought one for $400 or $500, but all the work would be on me. I paid them $1,000 because they come and set it up, and it takes them an hour and a half because they're good at it.
Right.
And I didn't know that. That's like an awesome way to make money. Obviously, you got to learn the skill of putting them back together.
Yeah.
But it's like a thing. It's a big thing. Like you see pool tables everywhere on Facebook Marketplace.
Right.
Because they're just so hard to get rid of. People will buy a new one instead of have to deal with buying a used one and figuring out how to get it out of there.
Definitely.
Now someone pointed out that there is services that like you can hire to do this for you. Just in my area and a lot of smaller areas, there's not that service. So these guys are filling the need. There's problems being solved for both parties, and they're making a ton of money doing it.
Yeah, that's it, man. As long as you can fill a need, there's someone out there who needs it. I mean, that you can meet in the middle. And that's almost with anything, man. And as long as you can, put yourself out there and market yourself as a person that is filling a particular need, there's someone that'll bite on it.
Yep, that's all businesses are.
That's it. That's it, man. And scalability. As long as it can be scalable, that's the difference between making a little money and a whole lot of money. Matter of fact, as I mentioned that, you have do you do coaching? I see that you have a Patron site and it offers coaching. So do you do a little coaching? And if so, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so when I started doing the YouTube channel on the party rental business and how to start one, it got bigger than I thought, and it's never going to get huge. It's a niche, so I'm at around 90,000 people, but it's never going to get to 100,000 people. But still, I started getting inundated with messages on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. Like, it's a full-time job to answer these messages, and a lot of them are repetitive, But anyways, I can't handle it. So I was floated the idea to do a Patreon where you're basically funneling down the more serious people so you can focus on that, free up your time. And I felt gross. I still kind of feel gross about it that I'm charging people to talk to me. So I kept it at $12 a month. And if you want my phone number and call me anytime, it's $50 a month. And another YouTube guy who's going to become my patron said, like, when you were 22, how valuable would have been to pay $12 a month and have a professional. It's only $12 a month. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Having a professional at my fingertips would have saved me hundreds of thousands of dollars in mistakes. So he made me feel a little better about it. So the Patreon's been cool. People come for the time they need. Some people stay. I've got a few people who've been with me since like the first month, and they're paying the $50 a month, and they only call me twice a year. And I say, why are you still paying, man? And they're like, well, when there's a major issue, I know I can call you and we can solve it.
Right.
So it's like a peace of mind kind of thing.
It's totally worth it. That's totally worth it, man. Mentorship, and in just a minute, I think I may have one or two questions, but I want to ask you a series of questions that involves mentorship. So we can hold on to that for that line of questioning. But affiliate. So you have the coaching, you have the book, but I also see that you have an affiliate program. What exactly is that for?
Oh, you talking about the course? Like people can like promote the course?
Yeah.
I figured if I'm making a course, other people, since I preach side hustles and talk about business ideas on TikTok, if someone wants to help promote my course, they should get a portion of it, right? That's why the whole affiliate system's set up. So I set up the affiliate system on there, and then a folder on Google Drive or Dropbox with videos in there. So someone can make videos with the videos that I'm using and just push the course and get paid.
Okay. All right. I'm a little familiar with it. With the whole affiliate program. But the course, that's the last question. The course. Can you tell us a little bit about what's offered inside of the course?
Yeah. So same thing with Patreon. I kind of felt gross making something to have people pay me for, but still getting inundated. And I wanted to offer something more comprehensive than just, you could watch all my 2,000 videos on YouTube and get like 70% there.
Right.
So, let me really focus in and do this course. So I put it on pre-sale, see if anyone would buy it, and they did. So I was like, okay, I got to make a course and I got to make this good because I know there's a lot of courses out there that are bad. I don't want someone to get the course and then feel like I gypped them at all. And I'm always terrified. Someone buys a course and I see it in my email, I get terrified. I'm like, oh my God, I hope they think it's good. And everyone says it's good. So it's 30 hours, which I've been told that's a lot longer than a lot of courses. It's got a lot of downloadable stuff. So I give you a contract that, you can change a little bit, but a contract alone of going to a lawyer is at least $700. I give you tons of downloadable things to help you because we got to go on site visits. So we got forms for that help everyone in the company know exactly what was there and there's no questions, and just a bunch of other stuff. Teaches you how to set up every size tent, take every size tent down. We go into things maybe I shouldn't go into the course because they're just general business, but I go into the website, the organization like LLC, DBA, S Corp, insurance, a bunch of business stuff, but I relate it to the tent company. We go over rental equipment. And then one of the more important things I think in my course is I'm telling you every single mistake I did so you learn from it so you don't have to make it. Because
Right.
I've calculated about $400,000 in mistakes. The first 250,000 was I was a DBA instead of an S Corp. And for people who don't know, if you're a DBA, you pay 15% self-employment tax on your income. If you're an S Corp, you're getting a paycheck and you're decreasing the amount you're paying on your self-employment income. So that was a $250,000 mistake since I've been 22 because I didn't know that. And then the other $150,000 is the mistakes I've made or the efficiency tips. I'm really big on efficiency. Like a lot of people think I'm a party rental company. I'm a party company. A party is just the end result of what I do. What I actually am is material handling and logistics. I got to figure out how to get stuff from our warehouse to the truck, to the site in reverse.
Right.
So that's all efficiency. I'm not a party company. I'm a moving company. So once I realize that and I spend a lot of money on stuff to do that faster and easier, then I start making more profit. So I include everything in there about all the efficiency stuff. And then we got a Facebook group where we meet once a month and we talk. And I thought that was only gonna be like, we talk for 45 minutes. It's been like 3-4 hours each time we talk. And there's a one-on-one, and you can schedule that at any time. Usually people are taking at least half the course before they schedule it.
Okay.
And yeah, so like if you have follow-up questions, you just put them in the Facebook group and a bunch of people are asking them and everyone's helping each other out too. Like, this person who bought the course is saying, hey, I found this, and oh, this is for sale, or hell, here's my idea, da da da. So it's cool. I don't feel so gross about charging money for it now.
Right, right. It sounds like you get a lot out of it. And I have a mentor. His name is David Meltzer. And what he called it is the dummy tax. And if you can pay a little something to avoid the dummy tax, basically what someone else went through, and they're telling you, hey, look out for this. There's a yield sign, roadblocks right here. Don't go down that road. It's well worth it, man.
For sure. I try to keep it low. Like I know a course on my scale could go for $1,000, $2,000,
Yeah.
or that at least what people tell me. But I'm at 379, 389. So like that's half of what you're going to pay a lawyer to make a contract. That's where I figured was a good place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if all you get from me is the contract, there's some value there.
Awesome. That's awesome, man. Okay. So we have caveats that we teach our followers, and we try to have them, if you have these things in line, as long as you can keep these things in at least at the back of your mind based on you starting a business or basically just moving along in life, that these things will help you to become successful. So I'm going to say the word, and you basically just say the first thing that comes to your mind. We'll keep it short.
Is this a rapid fire or an explanation answer?
It's more of a rapid fire, but
Okay.
it's more of a rapid fire explanation based
Gotcha.
on just based on your experience, and maybe if you were coaching someone.
Gotcha.
All right. First one, motivation.
Not needed. You need
Not-
to retrain your brain. Motivation's not needed. You need to evaluate every business situation you're in. You go to a restaurant, try to determine how much money they're making, how they're making money, how they're failing. Anywhere there's money involved, you just hypothesize. Never even talk to the owner. Just try to understand how things are working around you. And then once you retrain your brain to think like an entrepreneur, you no longer need motivation. You see opportunities and you just follow them.
Boom. Mentorship.
It's worth it. You got to vet the people though. A lot of dumb scammers out there. I would have gladly paid for my help in the beginning.
Awesome. Awesome. Meditation.
Nothing about it. Never did it.
All right. Movement, as in exercising, traveling.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta start doing that more.
Okay. Marketing.
Know the effective stuff. Like I said, service-based is a lot of search. Product-based is, blast out there.
Okay. All right. Monetization.
It's hard based on your personality. I have a hard time monetizing social media. I don't have a hard time monetizing the hard work in party rentals. But some people are just fine monetizing, what we're doing here. To me, it's hard.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That was it, man. Those were the caveats that we try to teach on this show, Millionaire by Morning. We figure if you can wake up every morning feeling like a millionaire, then you've put all of the stress and all of the strife behind you. You can move forward every single day towards
Right. So what do you think about if you want to go further into it, my thing about no motivation needed? Just retrain your brain and you just go to the places when you see opportunities.
Yeah, I've actually heard that before. And motivation, I don't think that that's the key, the major thing that's needed. I think maybe inspiration is more important. And by inspiration, I mean your why, what you get up for every day, the reason you get up for every day, whether it's your family, your last name, whatever it is. If you've inspired to jump out the bed every morning for whatever reason, I think that'll take you a long way.
I like that. Thanks.
Definitely. So yeah, I am going to edit this and I'll get you a copy of it. And the affiliate program, what I would like to do, I would actually like to speak with you and see if I have a website that actually has a section for side hustles. And we can actually put that on my website. And if you get some buys from it, it will be awesome.
You get money. Yeah. So I use this website where there's a back end for the course and the affiliate. I cannot create an affiliate. You have to go sign up.
Okay.
So if you would just go to the website, follow it, you sign up, and then you put in your PayPal and all that, and then anytime a course sells, you get the money. And then, do you have Amazon affiliate?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so my book's only on Amazon, so if you want to just put that on, that's great.
Oh yeah, yeah. We have my website has it says side hustles. I have a section, side hustles for single parents. Right, because I figure that's who need them. They need a little break, little money. So yeah, we can have the book on there as a link. We'll definitely.
What's the website?
It's millionairebymorning.biz. .biz.
By morning ideas with a Z.
No, biz.
biz
as in business.
Oh, millionairebymorning.biz.
Correct.
Gotcha. I'm probably spelling millionaire wrong. Jesus.